So welcome to the informational webinar for the Doctor of Admissions for the University of Western States. Today, we'll be going over our Doctor of Chiropractic degree, completed in just 3 years. We have lots of information in the following slides, but always encourage you to reach out to our front office with any questions you may have. So before we get started today, I did want to go over some light housekeeping. So today's webinar is hoping to get you in and out in about 30 minutes, maybe a little sooner. That's not a ton of time, but I think we'll have time to get through all of our slides. If you've got a question for us, please feel free to use the Q&A feature that you hopefully are seeing below. And if we have time to answer a few questions and they're ones that we're able to answer quickly, we'll be happy to do it. Now, we may not have time to answer all of the questions, but that's okay. For everyone who has signed up for this webinar, we'll be giving you a call either later today or early next week to try to connect and answer any questions or concerns that you may have at that point. If you're listening to this later, please feel free to reach out to our office. We're always available by email or by calling our main line at 1-800-641-5641. If you call our front desk, we'll connect you with an admissions counselor. To help with immediate questions. That admissions counselor is typically also the person who helps you throughout your application. So if you don't get a connect then, you'll certainly hear from us down the road, especially if you start or submit an application. You can also visit our website, uws.edu, for more information, including additional clips and videos. You can do that by heading to the Admissions tab and then choosing the Connect with Admissions virtually. If you're hoping for the quickest way to connect with your admissions advisor, email admissions@uws.edu and we'll connect to you via email or phone. That DC section of the Connect with Admissions page is especially helpful if you're ready to go a little more in depth about the chiropractic program. We've got the Chiropractic Workshop Week on there, which has interviews with students, faculty, program directors, and tons of other folks. Now, if you're finding yourself thinking, wait, that's not the degree I wanted, don't worry. We have many other webinars that do the same thing our webinar today will do. You can find them under the Connect with Admissions virtually page at uws.edu or by heading to our YouTube page. A little bit of history about the school itself. We have been around for quite a while, you guys. The University of Western States is the second oldest chiropractic college in the world. We were started in 1904, and the university has grown to include more campus space and additional degree options, and more space than our small downtown campus we started out in. We began University of Western States after changing our name in 2010, and this was to reflect the expanding degree options we offered. UWS has had several campuses since its opening in the early 1900s. Most recently, in April 2020, the university moved to our newest campus on Northeast Tillamook Street. This is on the east side of Portland, Oregon. This move doubled the size of clinic space, expanded classroom space, and improved Wi-Fi connection throughout the campus. If you get a chance to, I really recommend coming by campus sometime. You can come grab a coffee, take a tour. We've got a coffee shop I've tried many, many times, and it's surrounded by great classrooms, study spaces, offices, and labs. You can see the on-campus clinic and meet with some people you'd be working with day in and day out. Those clinics and those classrooms are all in one convenient location, so you're able to chat with people really easily or grab lunch, pass them in the hallway, drop in on an open adjusting lab, whatever you're interested in. And like I mentioned, we're on the east side of Portland, Oregon. If you've not been to Portland, it can be a bit rainy, but we've got tons of restaurants, outdoor activities, art, culture, and great people to experience, as well as a million food carts and coffee shops. So plenty of places to study and delicious food to eat. Let's see. If you do have a chance to come visit, we do have a preview day every year, and we actually have one coming up next spring. So if you have an opportunity to plan a bigger trip out here, that would be a really great time to do it. Right at the beginning of spring when all the cherry blossoms are blooming. Although we're best known for our Doctor of Chiropractic program, the University of Western States also offers many other programs as well. So, popular ones for chiropractors include the sports medicine and the human nutrition and functional medicine programs. Some of these degree options are entirely online, while others, like the DC program, are based on our campus. In fall 2023, we added the Doctor of Naturopathic Medicine program to our on campus programs. So you'll likely have classes that overlap with a crew of those folks as well. At UWS, we have a whole person perspective. The Doctor of Chiropractic program at UWS teaches students how to diagnose and treat the whole patient, figuring out what is best for them specifically. Students receive training on over 100 specific manipulative procedures for spinal and extremity joints throughout the body. You'll see here that the program is 12 quarters long or 3 years. Sorry, one second. Um, this is on the quicker side for Doctor of Chiropractic programs. The entire program has an evidence-based approach, and everyone coming has a strong science background through the prerequisites we'll show you in just a minute. Um, If you'd like to see more about the curriculum, I suggest heading to the Doctor of Chiropractic page on our website and taking a more in-depth understanding of the classes. Your advisor may also be able to share a sample of a first quarter schedule with you. So if you're curious what a typical week looks like for a chiropractic student, you can just ask for one of those schedules. UWS teaches to Oregon's broad scope of practice. So the scope of practice is set by each state and province. And in Oregon, the scope of practice includes extremity adjusting, nutritional advice, exercise therapies, physiotherapy, obstetrics, even minor surgery or suturing. And because of its broad scope, the program at UWS exceeds the training required to practice in any other state or province. Many alumni stay in the Pacific Northwest because of that broad scope, but we do have alumni all over the world. If you'd like to learn a little more about what practice could look like in Oregon or other states or provinces, I just want to call your attention to this screen where you'll see the fclb.org pages. These are the Federation of Chiropractic Licensing Board, and they'll be the ones who will be your best resource if you're looking to practice in the US. It also links to the provincial boards for Canada. So if you're interested in practicing in Canada, you can find your boards there as well. If you're an international student, we've got a special counselor for you who has more resources on what practice in Canada specifically may look like for you. The UWS Doctor of Chiropractic program is quarter-based with 11-week terms and 2-week breaks between terms. That quarter-based system includes 4 quarters a year flowing with the season, so basically fall, winter, spring, summer. And again, you'll have a 2-week break between each of those terms. And each student is automatically registered for all terms and all courses, so no individual course registration is required. Some of our students come in before earning their bachelor's degree, and if you're interested, students have the option of receiving that bachelor's degree during fifth quarter. So you'd apply in fifth quarter, and it would be awarded in sixth quarter as long as you qualify, so if you've passed your classes. For those interested in specializing further while enrolled in the chiropractic program, students can apply for a master's program in fifth quarter and complete that master's program concurrently during the second term or the second half of the chiropractic program. Our most common master's degrees pursued by the DC students are the sports medicine and that human nutrition and functional medicine program that I mentioned. If you're interested in these, we can tell you more during a phone call or send you a link to an information webinar. So let's back up just a little bit and cover some of the basics. What even is a chiropractor? Or what does it mean when we speak about chiropractic? Chiropractors are portal of entry physicians who are trained in conservative, least invasive methods of care. One of the benefits here is that this means that you can assess and treat or refer your patients to another provider. These techniques include therapeutic techniques, manipulations or adjustments of the body, soft tissue therapies, physical therapies, rehabilitation techniques, nutrition, and lifestyle recommendations. I've gotten to see these techniques in use when visiting our on campus clinic, and honestly, it's amazing to see the wide range of tools and techniques you're able to employ, depending on what's best for the person that you're treating. So, let's chat about some of the best things about being in chiropractic. When weighing career paths, many people have told us that they chose chiropractic because they want to make an immediate difference in the lives of their communities while enjoying a relatively shorter training period, lower malpractice insurance, and the potential to be self employed. Many report that chiropractic gives them the opportunity to work in a less stressful environment and with more flexible schedule since you're often working for yourself and set your own hours. Many chiropractors specialize if opening their own practice and working with others, giving you a chance to dive even deeper into a passion or become an expert in your field. So, if you're thinking pediatrics, sports rehab, women's health, animal chiropractic, there's just a wide range of ways to specialize. In addition to the clinical training that UWS students receive in the Campus Health Center, students also have opportunities to complete integrative clinical rotations at clinics, hospitals, and other community based education sites. I want to pause here for just a moment and just talk again about how cool the clinic is. As I mentioned, I've been to the clinic many times, and I know lots of people who've also been and had a stellar interaction. Our clinicians are so incredibly confident and kind. You are helped every step of the way with increasing responsibility and ownership over your patient care as you get close to your final internship in your 12th quarter. It's in these clinics that students are really blossoming and becoming the chiropractor they'll be in their career. And get that so important hands-on technique. So not only are you learning in your open labs and your classes, but you're practicing again in the clinic setting. You'll start treating the general public in your 8th quarter. So 2 years in with hands-on rotations, you'll take it step by step. And by the time you're hands-on with outside patients, you'll have lots of practice during those open adjusting labs and with other students. For anyone who wants additional practice, those open adjusting labs are a great way to get extra practice perfecting your technique or adjusting different body types with guidance from our staff and faculty. During the final term in 12th quarter, students can choose to complete their clinic rotation under a chiropractor of their choosing from a pre-approved list. The 12th quarter rotation can be completed anywhere that chiropractic is regulated. So for this reason, most students choose to complete their 12th quarter rotation in a clinic that they plan to join after graduation, making that transition out of UWS that sets you up for success and continued learning. So let's talk about the support that you'll receive at UWS. Our student success team is honestly phenomenal. They are so supportive. So outside of your professors and instructors, the Office of Student Services at UWS supports the campus community in lots of ways you'll want to know about. They provide chiropractic new student orientations, as well as academic advising and assisting with clubs. They also help our associated student body with coordinating special events. And for those who require accommodations for special needs, it might be helpful to connect with them early on. You'll have an opportunity to do so when getting your new email address and other orientation information. And we'll continue to be connected to them throughout your time at UWS. Some of other resources to mention include our free tutoring, coordinated through our student services folks and library departments. Students have access to free tutoring through the school, so be sure to check in with them if you'd like extra support at any point in the program. And our library is honestly top notch. If you need any help, they've got tons of on campus and online resources. One of the resources you'd also have access to before stepping on campus is our discussion boards to get to know your new classmates. This is how to find folks who are looking for housing, roommates, and more. By now, I hope everyone's getting excited about all the possibilities a program like this holds, but there are a few things you need to do before you're admitted to the DC program. All incoming students must have at least 90 semester or 135 quarter credits of coursework. That includes 24 semester or 36 quarter credits of life and physical science classes. At UWS, we require that the science coursework include at least one course in chemistry and two courses in anatomy or anatomy and physiology. At least half of those science courses also must include a lab. If you're unsure if you qualify at this point, please connect with your admissions counselor to have them take a look at your transcript or give you additional feedback about classes that you have lined up already. They'd be happy to provide an unofficial assessment and just help you pick out those perfect courses to make sure you meet all requirements. If you're in need of places that are online for prerequisites, we may also have a few suggestions for you that we could chat about during the call. I want to call attention again here to the fact that you do not need to have a bachelor's degree already to be admitted. If you want, you can pursue the bachelor's in human biology degree that we offer, which students can request in their fifth quarter and have conferred in their sixth quarter. This degree is awarded based on duly applied credits from your DCU program, so no additional coursework is required. We recommend applying 6 months to 1 year in advance of your intended start date, even if you're still completing coursework. So if you're ready to apply and you're thinking about this coming winter or next fall, this is definitely the time to start or submit your application. To start your application, make sure to have your essay ready in a Word document so that you can easily copy and paste it into the application. Additionally, you'll need the names and email addresses for two references. The references can be anyone who knows you well professionally or academically, but really they can be anyone except for a family member. So even if your family member is a chiropractor, please don't ask them to be a reference. When your application is submitted and your references will receive an email with an electronic form to complete. Finally, you'll need to submit transcripts and a resume or curriculum vitae. Once your application is submitted and all items received, the admissions committee will begin a review of your application for acceptance. So let's see, let's talk about financial aid. I assume quite a few of you are planning to apply. US citizens and eligible permanent residents can apply for federal financial aid for the Doctor of Chiropractic program. To begin, after you've received an offer of acceptance, you can complete a FAFSA with our university code, and our financial aid office will connect with you to discuss your financial aid. If you have any questions now, please feel free to reach out to them directly at finaid-uws@uws.edu or 971-449-9223. For those applying from Canada, you can receive aid through your province. Whenever you do that, if there are forms that the university needs to sign off on, you can email those to dso@uws.edu to assist with your questions about provincial aid and also about processing those provincial aid forms. We hope you have a chance to come visit our campus in Portland if you haven't already. And if you're in the area, definitely come by. You're more than welcome. If you would like to schedule a visit that includes a campus tour, meeting with an admissions advisor, and a clinic tour, you can head to our website or email us at admissions@uws.edu and we'll get you all set up. We do have the opportunity to reimburse you up to $100 for a hotel room or travel costs if you're coming from over 60 miles. Your admissions advisor can be a key person in helping you navigate the best time to visit, but again, we suggest that you stop by for our preview day next spring. It'll be a great event. And if anyone hasn't spent much time in Portland and wants recommendations for, I don't know, delicious places to eat or things to do, your admissions counselor can certainly be of help. There's so many great things to do in Portland, so lots to see. Did this presentation leave you with any questions? If so, we would love to hear from you. If you haven't already gotten them answered during the presentation, you're welcome to email admissions@uws.edu, and your advisor will connect with you via phone, Zoom, or email, whatever you prefer. But yeah, hopefully we were able to answer most of your questions about the chiropractic program today. And if we haven't, we can definitely do that in the future. We hope
Natasha, I did
to.
see one question in the Q&A that we haven't answered just yet. They're asking about what the typical course load would look like for somebody enrolled in the chiropractic program.
Oh, that's a great question. So, chiropractic student terms vary quite a bit as far as the number of courses. And part of that has to do with at the beginning of the program, the first half of the program is really focused on the basic sciences. So, you'll have quite a few in person or hybrid classes that include obviously hands on adjusting training, working with a cadaver in the human morphology class. You'll actually be working with a prosected cadaver. So our anatomist would do those dissections for you, as well as many other classes. So in your first terms, I would say you probably have about 6 to 7 classes per term. And then as you get further in the program, you'll have less classes per term and more clinic time. So it varies quite a bit, but generally speaking, we just tell students that you should have 7:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday available. Every term will be a little bit different as far as what your schedule will look like, but you'll always have a common lunch hour with those upper quarter students, as well as time to drop in on those open adjusting labs or get free tutoring. And you're probably looking at spending about 3 to 4 hours in classes per day.
And Natasha, one more. We heard from somebody who's actually already been accepted. They're finishing up their prerequisites, but is there anything else that they should be doing before the start of their term?
Oh, that's a good question. So you will hear from our student success office here shortly with orientation materials. So they'll be connecting with you probably in September for fall start. In the meantime, though, current students have told us that this is a great time to review anatomy, so anatomical structures. If you want to get like a Netter's coloring book about anatomy, this is a great time to kind of go over that. And if you haven't yet studied any biochemistry and you want to get a foot up before starting the program, you might check out a free online biochemistry course. I know there's one through OSU called Biochemistry Free and Easy that could help you just kind of know the terminology that you'll encounter in the program. And then last but not least, there is a textbook list under the let's see, it's under campus store. So if you go to our campus store section of our website, you'll find our textbook list. Um, please note, those textbooks are generally available in our library right behind the front desk for up to 2 weeks at a time or electronically. So please don't feel like you need to purchase one until at least the first week of the term if you decide you want one. But just checking those out now, maybe you can get a sense of how best to prepare for the program.
Those are all the questions I see, unless anybody else has any other ones.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and, especially for the person who's already met it, we look forward to seeing you soon, and if you haven't yet applied, please feel free to reach out if you have any questions about the application process or about the program in general. Your admissions counselor will be more than happy to help.